Well, the time has come. Some of the ewes out of the first group have started having their lambs, so lambing 2022 has begun on the farm. This vlog's going to be put together a little bit different than normal. Some of these ewes were having lambs very early in the morning or late at night, or we had to assist them in the birth, and so it's not always convenient to run up to the house and grab the camera and film when we have to be paying attention to the lambs and the ewes for their health. So I'm going to put together everything that we have and get everybody caught up. So this ewe right here was the first ewe to have lambs this year. She is one of our registered Suffolk ewes. She had a set of twin ram lambs. She's probably one of the best ewes we have. She's taking great care of them. They're doing really well, really thriving. And this is the second ewe that had her lambs this year. She's the one that had the set of twins in the middle of the night that I had to help pull the second one. That lamb that I pulled out is actually doing well. He's a ram lamb. He's really doing good. He's growing good. But about 2 days after those lambs were born, I came out in the barn and her other lamb was just unresponsive. Had no idea really what was going on with it. Had a cold mouth, had no energy, didn't want to eat or drink. And by the time I got it inside and got it warmed up, it had passed away. And this ewe had a ewe lamb. This is the one that Rachel had to end up coming out here and pulling the lamb because it was backwards. And it is one of the largest lambs we ever had born here on the farm. It was weighing close to 20 pounds at birth. And here's the fourth ewe we have that had lambs this year so far. The lamb's back here in the corner. She's keeping me away from it right now. But this is the ewe. I walked into the barn and I was taking care of the lambs over here in their lambing jugs, and I kind of noticed that the sheep were acting a little bit strange. I saw that lamb out walking around, and then I saw that she had a second lamb. She actually ended up cleaning up this lamb right here really well, taking great care of it. But the other lamb she didn't want to pay any attention to. It had no response to it. I checked it. And so I'm not really sure if it just didn't make it through birth. So this morning I came out here and fed everybody, and we had to leave, and about an hour later I checked the cameras and I noticed that this ewe here had already had one lamb, and then I saw that she had another lamb laying right behind her. She got them up, got them cleaned off. I have a twin set of ewe lambs here. So these guys have been alive for about a couple hours, and I have a little temporary lambing jug set up here just to get them pinned up away from the others. Because currently what I want to do is, with these other lambs are a little bit older right now, I want to go ahead and split them off, give them their own area, and then I'm going to move that ewe and her two newborn lambs right here into this pen. So we changed around this ewe pen not too long ago, and I kind of changed my mind since then of how I wanted it set up. That hay rack is about 8 feet long over there, and what I want to do is cut the pen down this direction. That way these four ewes with their lambs are going to take this 8 feet by 20 foot long stretch towards that hay rack. That way I can still get into their pen from this side, access them really easy, don't have to go through the main pen to do that. And then just like how this ewe had her lambs today, she'll start here in this lambing jug, and we'll expand it down the alleyway, allowing them in with these other ewes, making the pen for the ewes that haven't had lambs yet a little smaller, but they still have plenty of room, and we'll just expand our way that way until everybody has their lambs.
Come on, get up, get up. Come on, come on, come on. Go follow mom. Come on, go follow mom.
So those lambs seem to be doing pretty good for just being a couple hours old. I noticed the one lamb has a little white spot right at the end of her tail, and the other ewe lamb has a lighter colored body than what we're normally used to seeing with our other lambs. The ewe, her name is Dottie. I checked her for milk. One of her teats was a little bit bigger than the other, so I stripped out a little bit more milk out of it just for comfort on her level, but the lambs seem to have been able to find milk on their own, so that's a really good sign. And an interesting fact here about Dottie. Dottie was born here on our farm, one of the first sets of lambs born here. She was a twin. Her mother we purchased as a bred ewe, and since she was no relation to our ram Rusty, we decided to keep her back. So it's pretty exciting here to see everything come full circle. So everybody over here seems to be enjoying their new pen, especially the lambs. They got a lot more room to run around and play, and they really like that. But currently we're only about a third of the way done with lambing for this spring, so there's still a lot more lambs to come. Well, that'll wrap up this video. Thanks for watching.